So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Fred Biletnikoff, 69 yards. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State. Flushed out right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jacoby Myers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Play action now. Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the great Michael Strahan with a sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Prescott. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a completion left side, and they're going to get this down inside the 15. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. He'll look to throw. This is caught. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need to tip the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Marshawn Lynch punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play.
And in for the Steelers, touchdown. DK Metcalf, 29 yards. And the Steelers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Prescott.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From his end zone, Wilson.
And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. That pick six just a moment ago, things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick six. Prescott looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get
and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Fielded just inside the 20.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Now meanwhile a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're just making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
They hand this one to Gronk. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Rob Gronkowski, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Gay is on for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
And the ball is knocked out. And the defense... Get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson. Finding room at midfield.
And they're going to have this... inside the 45. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott now. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Prescott from the gun. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24.
Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
That's caught by Myers. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now in Pittsburgh. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team,
Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taking it about the 1.
The return man, Wilson.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Prescott on first down. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is fielded at the 27. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Ready, break.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Right side caught by Jackson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Throwing, Prescott.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us?
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film. You just flush it and never go back and review. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Niners set to take over on offense.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
for a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Take it in at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Prescott to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were